Looky there, golden, delicious, and ready to work for you. It kind of looks like a beer, but it's not. This is our chicken stock, and we're on part 3 now. We've done the chopping, we've done the cooking, now let's do the using part of it. And where we left off on number 2 was how do we get the fat out of it? That's what we're going to work on. And putting it to work, coming up on Culinary Nunnsense. The refrigerator and gravity and density and everything does the hard work for us here when it comes to removing that fat layer. And all I've done is taken the spoon and just on the outside here, basically just cut a little line so that, like an iceberg, our fatberg here will lift right off the top. And working very slowly and gingerly, we'll get the rest of the fat out. And the more fat you get out, the less fat you're going to have in it. And what will the fat do? Well, nothing really. A lot of people say, oh, the fat is flavor, the fat is flavor. It is, but it also has a little bit of a greasiness to it. So now that we've got the fat out of the way, let's take our gelatin mix here, our stock. And the reason that it looks like it's got some gelatin in it is because of all the collagen and the cartilage and things like that inside of the chicken. Now we'll pour this out and into another pot. And here's the important part of this. You want to let this come to a boil for at least 2 minutes. That way, in case you didn't cool it properly, it's going to be a little bit of a buffer, a safety zone, if you will, to making sure that you're not going to get anybody else sick. Let me put these away, and we're going to come back and put this to work. Once again, the stock that you're putting all this love and time into is going to touch everything on the table. It's going to make up the base, or at least help to fortify that base for your gravy. It's good for your mashed potatoes. Well, let me just show you everything it's good for. Here's the stock. We brought it back to its consistency, and look how beautiful golden brown that is. It's not too dark because we didn't caramelize the vegetables, but it's perfect, and we've had it boiling for a couple of minutes, and we'll start with the rice. All rices, all grains for that matter, are a 2-to-1 ratio, and that is 2 parts liquid. That is 1 cup of the broth, 1 cup of water, and you can also do 2 cups of the broth in there, but sometimes it makes it just a little bit too brothy flavored, and then our rice goes in. Over low heat, we put the lid on, we'll let that come to a simmer, we'll turn it down as low as it goes, and we'll let that finish. We've got more broth, we've got more product. How about taking the broth into our mashed potatoes? And here's one of the recipes that I really like. Broth, mashed potatoes, in butter. I've got another potato that I'll add to this to thicken it up. And then probably for a lot of folks, and I'm more of a dressing guy versus a stuffing guy, but also taking that golden, delicious flavor and right on into, as we hydrate our dried bread here, as we get ready for our dressing, and or if you're a traditionalist, even some of the stuffing. And look at that, just soaking up the flavor. We'll add some celery to that, some sage, some carrots, salt and pepper, all the ingredients that goes into making yourself a perfect dressing, stuffing, mashed potato, rice, gravy, everything right there that this little golden delicious liquid can come up with. We'll go into and build the foundation, the base, if you will, for your meal when it comes time to gathering all of the friends and the family as we get ready for Thanksgiving. Next to brining that turkey, I think when it comes to flavor that carries throughout the entire, without being overly salty, the flavor that carries throughout the entire meal can be had with just those simple steps of making yourself a stock. We've given you plenty of room now under these 3 episodes to get you ready for this upcoming Thanksgiving. So here's what I encourage you to do. Get the leeks, get the carrots, get the celery, get the sage, get the thyme, get all of the ingredients that you need for the stock, budget out that extra 6 to 8 hours that it's going to take, and allow it to slowly cook. Fill your house with the smell of fresh made chicken stock. And the other thing that you're going to be hearing, filling your house on Thanksgiving Day, is when it comes to everything on your table with a homemade stock, it truly will be none better. Happy Thanksgiving.